Hello everyone, for the start of this video I am here in my room in front of my laptop, and for the past 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and today Sunday, I've been starting to fill out a couple of templates for the CalTPA Cycle 2, the Teacher's Performance Assessment. And in Cycle 2 I have to deliver about 3 to 5 lessons, and they're going to come out of this McGraw-Hill Algebra 1 book. I am teaching Enhanced Math at Ensign Intermediate School and a graduate student at Vanguard University. I have previously discussed with my mentor teacher and determined that I will be teaching 5 lessons on inequalities. I will be teaching inequalities in 1 variable, 2 variables, solutions of inequalities, graphing inequalities and what the solution set means, real-life applications, and systems of linear inequalities. So this also entails learning about inclusive and non-inclusive boundaries and half planes, shaded regions, and such. So it should be very fun. I intend to chronicle the journey in this teaching update. Unlike my other teaching updates, this one is specific on my journey through the CalTPA Cycle 2, and in the end I plan on recording myself when I open up the results and seeing for the first time what my results will be. So I'm going to be continuing working hard, filling out those templates, what I can so far, and keep you updated on my journey, starting with my next stop, which is tomorrow. And here I am over at Vanguard University to pick up the swivel. And the swivel device is this neat technology. You put an iPad on it and you could record your lectures. It follows you around the classroom because it has, like, you wear this lanyard and it has the microphone and the sensor, and so it's very neat. I did it twice last year in my basic student teaching semester, so that's why I'm here to pick it up. And everything's all checked out. Got the equipment right here, and I'll be bringing it in Thursday, and I'm going to be keeping it in the classroom until Friday when I teach my final lesson. Well, not this Friday, but next Friday. So I'll be again teaching 5 lessons with this, and I believe a reteach lesson too. Anyway, should be fun. October 6, 2022 finally arrived, and it is the first day that I am filming for the CalTPA. I'm bringing the swivel with me. I have the iPad in the back that I'm borrowing from Vanguard University, and yeah, lesson 20 about inequalities in 1 variable. So that's what today is going to bring. Day 1. Nervous but excited, but at least I've done this before. I've done this a couple of times last year, so I already know how to use the swivel, and we're just praying that the technology is going to work as flawless as last year. Okay, of all mornings, this morning happened to be the most technologically hectic morning that I've ever experienced. So I got in and I was setting up the swivel, and the iPad that I'm borrowing, the Wi-Fi just wouldn't connect. And simple fix, in case anyone wanted to know: turn it off, turn it back on again. So that did the trick. But then my mentor teacher's iPad that has all the lessons that would be projected wouldn't connect to the VV app, which would connect it to the projector and project onto the screen. So she turned it off and turned it back on, and then when I started the lesson, the Apple Pen wouldn't work, so I had to use a stylus, but I was able to make do. In fact, before, what I was thinking in my mind was there's a possibility that I might have to do things semi-old school style, not on the whiteboard, but via a document cam. I would just take a blank textbook and put it up via the document cam and just do it that way instead of the iPad. So as a teacher, that's how I am planning ahead and planning for worst case scenarios and such. But by the time second period began, which was the first class of the day in this classroom, I had everything on and working. And right before third period began, I just clicked the record button, and it recorded, and it followed me everywhere because it's a swivel. So it was following me because I was wearing a lanyard in which is a microphone as well, so that it could record video and sound. Yeah, pretty incredible technology. And once again, third period, I believe, had it really well, because second period is the first class that I'm teaching, so it's the first time I'm actually teaching the lesson instead of invisible students, I guess. And third period just, I guess, had it better than second period overall, but second period was okay. After I taught third period, my mentor teacher just said, you know, this lesson that I did was much better, and I was able to adapt to a lot of the things, so it's not just teaching I have to keep in mind, but everything else that I have to keep in mind at the same time, and that I was able to adapt well, respond better to student questions and such, as well as in the moment modifications and all that. So I felt very confident on this one, about 99%, and this is just day 1 out of, I believe, 6 total that I will be filming. And my mentor teacher had to leave halfway today, and so I got to sub for the rest of the day, SSR and 7th period AVID. In fact, I just finished grading a whole bunch of TRFs for AVID. And so it is 14:42 hours, and yes, I have fun at the school with the students in the office about using military time all the time, but in 18 minutes I'm going to go to the library for an hour of tutoring, since I'm kind of the supervisor tutor, or one of them that is, and I just help and tutor students. It's Friday, October 7th, 2022, and the second day of filming for the CalTPA. Yesterday I taught on inequalities in one variables and their graphs, and today I'm talking about two variable inequalities and their graphs. So back having the swivel and pumpkin coffee. I'm also wearing this purple shirt today is because today is what would have been my Aunt Pam's birthday, and this was one of her shirts that she gave me in Christmas 2015. She succumbed to cancer a couple years later. So this is in honor of my aunt, so that's why I'm wearing this today. So quick report, today went well, much smoother than yesterday, and I believe I got another footage for one of the video clips. I need to submit 4 video clips, so today was about building academic language and practice and all that. So I'm feeling a bit more confident that I'm getting a lot of things accomplished, and I cannot wait till next week, where I'll probably finish the majority of the filming. So I'll meet you then next week. And it's a brand new week. I'm walking over to Ensign Intermediate for my 3rd video lesson that I'm going to do. We are doing 2 variable inequalities with real-life applications today. Back here in the copy room, and I just made copies of my self-assessment rubric that I will pass out today, and the car sorting activity for tomorrow. And so the lesson went well today, and it was actually pouring and thundering, and I saw some flashes of lightning, so that was the excitement of today, but not when I was teaching though, but like in first period. And the irony is that it was sunny and raining at the same time. That's what a few of the students pointed out. Also today, nutrition, a student came up to me and said, "Hey, do you still juggle?" So you must have seen me juggling in times past. And so I said, yeah, but I didn't have anything on me. Another student next to him asked me if I could juggle his 2 pens, and of course I can't do that, but he's like, wait, I have a tennis ball. So I had my water bottle, I had my sunglasses, and I had his tennis ball, and I started to juggle those for a bit. And then after school I found out that a couple of the administrators, like the principal, saw that, and they thought it was wonderful that I did that. And also the principal told me that she additionally saw me giving high fives to the students, which I always do. But when students come up to me wanting a high five, I extend my hand and go all the way up, and they have to jump for it, and then I jump in tandem with them, just to be a little funny. I got that from a comedian that I watched on television when I was like 10 years old. And I do that everywhere, especially at Royal Rangers the past several years, and most of the Royal Rangers that I mentor are like between 3rd and 5th grade, give and take, and they're like coming up to here. So, and then I'm really tall and I do this and they jump for it, so. And an eerie thing today is that during 3rd period, the period in which I filmed for the CalTPA, I started to hear clicking above me, and later I looked at the clock, and the clock minute hand was going like this, and the hour hand was slowly going like that. And I'm like, okay, I have to resort to my phone or watch at that point. And so the clock was wrong for the entire school for the rest of the day. And I'm back over here at Vanguard University, the university at which I am getting teaching credentials. I just took one of my classes where there's 2 guest speakers, one from Capistrano Unified and another one from the Orange County Department of Education, helping us with preparation on getting careers in the education force, if you will. Trying this mocha latte for the first time, and I'm about to head into my 2nd class of the evening. I'm just out here at Campus Safety. I just picked up the CPR AED first aid card that I just got. Took like a 7-hour training, well 6.5, but who's counting, last Saturday. So this is a requirement to be a teacher. The 2nd time I got certified here. The last time was in 2019. Okay, so I'm halfway with filming. Today is day 4 out of 6, and today I'm going to be talking more about inequalities with the emphasis of using graphing technology and also giving them a card sort matching project to work on, where they take a situation, match it to its inequality, a solution, and the graph. So that should be very fun today. So that was something. So I arrived here and my university supervisor surprised me, so I was glad to see her, and she observed second period, but she had to leave during third period because that's when I was filming for the CalTPA and she couldn't be in there. But afterward we went back to the lounge and we talked about second period, and again that was something, and it was quite a learning experience. I asked a few students later on in the day, and students always say that they really like how I teach and such, and on the inside I am my biggest critic. So, and of course I always learn in the process, and I learned a lot during second period, like always, meaning I learned things that I could change in third period, and I do so. And also I take the advice of my mentor teacher in between periods and such, and sometimes when we're co-teaching I pick up things that she's done in second period and I apply it to third period. And then of course I had stress with the CalTPA because I have to hit all these points in each video clip, and you can only use 5 minutes of each video clip and all that stuff, and then the write-up and such is very busy. But I, as always, say that I'm going to persevere. I'm going to do whatever I can to persevere and do the best I can. I'm not going to let anything stop me from doing what I believe I've been born to do, partly to teach. And the big day has finally arrived, kind of. Today's the last lesson in my series of 5 lessons that I planned, and there's going to be a formal assessment at the end, which is just something that I adapted from their workbook. And then, based on the results, I have to give either a reteach lesson or an extension lesson. So that will be Monday, and then that would be the last day that I have to film. So today's the penultimate day that I have to film. So I already got everything set last night. Excited for today. Hope it turns out right. And here's their performance assessment, just making all the copies for today. And it's basically graphing systems of linear inequalities. So they did like 1 and 2 variable inequalities in their graphs, and now it's systems. So just putting everything together, and it hopefully should be fun. I mean, to me it's fun, and since this is the honors class, they usually enjoy it, so I believe it would be fun for them too. In my opinion, today went amazing, just fantastic. I really enjoyed the lesson, teaching the lessons to both periods, and again, it's very artistic as well, because to graph systems of linear inequalities, my mentor teacher and a lot of other teachers say, okay, use 2 different colors, and so that means like color pencils or color pens. So I personally liked it. I'm very optimistic about today's lesson, and I hope that the students really enjoyed it as much as I did. I know if I was one of them, I would probably enjoy it too. I mean, they seem to get it, like whenever I asked for guiding questions, they answered. So I handed out and collected that formal assessment. I'll probably be grading over the weekend and assessing them on rubric scores, and based on the data scores I will decide whether to have a reteach lesson or an extension lesson, which I will find out this weekend, and the next time I'm on camera will be on Monday. But real quick, I thought I'd add this checkpoint, if you will. It's actually Sunday, October 16th, 2022, and I thought I'd video journal how things have been this weekend, including last week. I've just spent the past several hours just filling out those templates and doing the video annotations and marking things ready to submit and such. And all yesterday I was filling out those templates and just describing what I did, why I did, what it told me, and how I would respond with such informal and student self-assessments and such. And also, to go on the record, I was up till like 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning for like 3 days in a row filling out those TPA templates. And that's just how much they ask and how much we have to include. So you can imagine the weight that's off my shoulders now, just being able to mark this one as ready to submit and mark that one as ready to submit, and just getting things organized. So I'm just going on a short neighborhood walk to kind of clear my mind and just get some fresh air, and then when I get home I'm going to be grading all the formal assessments and just giving rubric based feedback and just taking it to the next step. And tomorrow I'm going to be teaching the next lesson, which, depending on the scores that I'll grade tonight, it would either be a reteach or an extension lesson. So I will be hopping back on the camera in about 13 and a half hours. And to clarify real quick, even though I stayed up very, very late, a handful of times, give or take, doesn't mean that I just started writing the templates. I've started filling out the templates a long time ago, and I started to add pieces after, or as I was teaching lessons and preparing for the next lessons. That's how much. I mean, one of the templates was like 27 or 29 pages or something. But that was thoroughly going through each lesson and then answering the same question for every single lesson. There's another student teacher, actually there's like several student teachers at Ensign, but there's another one that I got to know, and he's doing English but for another university, and he's like doing both cycles of the CalTPA in like 17 weeks or something like that. In other words, in like one semester. So he has to do cycle 1 followed by cycle 2 in the same semester, and we're doing it in like 2 different semesters. So really, my hat's off to him, and I sincerely hope that he and all the other student teachers will have a very successful semester and will pass their cycles. Well, the big day finally arrived. It's October 17th, and it's my last lesson for the series of lessons for the CalTPA Cycle 2. And after taking a length of time looking through and grading all those formal assessments from last Friday, I've determined in my judgment, I believe the best thing to do is to go over the formal assessment as a reteach lesson, and I will be emphasizing more on the points that a lot of students missed. And then we'll go on to the next lesson, which would be an extension anyway of what they just learned. And it's over. All done with filming all my lessons. The reteach went good today, just reteaching specifically how to graph systems of linear inequalities and such, and it's over. And now my next stop is here at Vanguard University. Yes sirree, I'm here to return this equipment right here, barring the sunglasses. And it's like, I'm done, I don't need this anymore, the swivel and everything, and I could turn it in after a week and a half of borrowing it, and I'll probably never need to use any of these again. So very exciting to get the video part done, and now the rest of the CalTPA templates. And it is Tuesday, October 18th, the day after my final lesson and turning in all that equipment at Vanguard. And spontaneously I thought I'd make this video journal to explain how relaxed I feel. I mean, I just feel like a huge weight. I have one more template narrative to fill out, and also to put the annotations to that final video, and then I'm ready to turn it in. And I just feel like I feel ready today. I feel more alive and energized today because I'm almost done with the stressful CalTPA 2. And again, they're just trying to make us state-of-the-art teachers. I admire that. I've learned a whole lot, and Vanguard has quite a commitment. So anyway, I'm just heading to Ensign, and this next week it's just going to be a lot of review of this unit in preparation for the unit assessment. Hello everyone, a big day finally arrived for me. It's October 21st, 2022, and I'm just about ready right now to submit Cycle 2 Assessment Driven Instruction, Single Subject Mathematics. And I just, what I'm looking at are all the parts. They're all ready to submit. Everything's uploaded. All the narratives that I've spent days and days and days on, even past midnight a few nights in a row last week, and just filling out those templates and editing those videos that I took. Like, I had to have a total of 5-minute clips, or up to 5-minute clips, all the annotations and everything, explaining every single little detail that went into it. All my rubrics, all of them are uploaded and such. My longest narrative was like 27 pages, but most of the others were like 7 or under. So right now I'm just about ready to submit, so you can't really see my computer screen for obvious reasons, but I just went through a checklist that one of my professors gave all us teaching candidates to make sure that we got everything. So I'm hereby pressing submit. It says submission validation. Let me read this real quick. And yep, that's correct. I don't need to update my registration information. Continue. Submission agreement. I confirm all of this. Okay, I acknowledge the subject agreement and submit. Please wait. Cycle summary submitted at 5:34 p.m. Okay, now on to the waiting game. Your cycle has been submitted for scoring. Just got the notification. Okay, that was a lot, and now just waiting. Going to be waiting, and the next time that you'll see me on camera will probably be when I get the email saying that I'm ready to see what my grade was, what I got, if I passed the cycle like cycle 1. So just have to take a deep breath, just focus my time on planning for Unit 4, because I'm going to be teaching all of Unit 4 all about functions up until like early mid-December. So that should be fun. I have to do all the lesson plans. I'm creating the worksheets. I already got started in that. And now, 5:35 p.m., I think I'm finally going to go on a walk after all that. Just doing what I love to do. My catharsis is walking around the neighborhood. And first one I'll be able to enjoy in a while. So today's the big day. November 24th, 2022 arrived. I actually got the email last night saying that the results are ready, but I thought, well, today is Thanksgiving, and I thought, well, if I pass on Thanksgiving Day, then I think that'd be more special, so I waited till today. Again, it's November 24th, 2022. I'm about to open the email with the subject line, CalTPA results. So I'm opening that now. And it says that your assessment results are attached in the PDF. It will be available for 2 years. And my heart is beating. I'm a bit nervous, but let's open up the PDF. And let's see. Okay, so it's the rubric performance summary. So I had to like follow 9 rubrics, and it scored 1 to 5. Like 3 is, good, it's passing, and 5 is like perfect. So the 9 rubrics respectively. So I got 4, 3, 3, 3, another 3, another 3, another 3, another 3. I got a score of 29, and I passed. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God I passed. Thank you. I passed both cycles. Both single subject mathematics cycle 1 and 2 of the CalTPA requirements met. Oh, what a present on Thanksgiving. Well, Mom, Grandpa, friends, family, everybody who's been supporting me all this time. So my family, friends, people at Vanguard, my mentor teacher, and everyone over at Ensign Intermediate School. I passed, and I really owe a lot to Vanguard and Ensign and the support and motivation and encouragement of my family. So today's Thanksgiving, so it's just going to be my grandfather, mother, and I. So when we're all together, I'll probably say what I'm thankful for, and say I'm thankful to say that I passed the CalTPA Cycle 2, and that's how I guess I'll break the news to them, so to speak. So can't wait for that to happen later today. So anyway, thank you so much for following this journey, and everybody else out there, present and future, who are in the midst of the CalTPA. I understand. I was in your shoes of how difficult it may be, but I really hope that you stick with it and get the career that you dream and to fulfill the passions that you have. And real quick, if you want to know how my life has been the past month of waiting for this, I actually finished student teaching a bit early on November 16th. I already posted a video separately about that. I began to substitute around again starting on Friday, November 18th for my now former mentor teacher. And the next Monday I was at Whittier for 4th grade, and the next day at Newport Heights Elementary for grade 6. So I'll probably post another video about that soon, like back to subbing. And also at the end of the last teaching update that I posted, I came out with a big reveal, and in case you haven't heard yet, I will go ahead and say it now, that I decided to go ahead and write another book, my second book, all about student teaching, going back to like my early days, how I first got the passion to teach, and then going through everything at Vanguard from the CBEST to the CSET and my entire journey through student teaching. So I'm looking forward to writing about that, and I hope that it encourages and motivates a lot of people, especially people with disabilities like me. I'm autistic, and I'm just not letting that stop me. So thank you again for following this journey. I hope that everyone has an excellent day.